I'm Ryan Erickson, and this is Project Syncro. Got quite a bit done this week, actually. Invited some friends down and we were able to pick the car up from its side, roll it back over and move it over onto the cart. That's always kind of a pain since the shell's pretty light, but it still takes quite a few people to lift it up and put it on something that's got wheels on it, and that's a big pain. So that was a little comical. Celebrated a little after that and got right back into cleaning up some of the stuff on the shell. After I finished that and all my friends left, took Kendall's truck and went across the river to my buddy Trent's shop. He was cleaning out a bunch of old Volkswagen parts. He's actually the guy I got both of my previous Golfs from, so it's good to see him again. Picked up a hood, or two hoods actually, two fenders, some flares. I got the engine and head that I'm planning on building. Quite a bit of things from him. Like I said, he was cleaning house, so loaded up the back of the truck, strapped everything in, and came back to the shop and got it all unloaded. So once I finished picking up parts, I decided to jump right back in on painting, and since the bottom of the car had turned out decently well, save a couple little portions where some rust had bubbled up through my primer and my top coat, which really kind of sucked. I decided to use some of this rust converting paint that I had bought to use in conjunction with the rust converting spray that I've been using for the past month or so. So my plan here, we'll see if it works or not. It ran everywhere, but I brushed some of this black rust converting paint all over the engine bay. Looks pretty awful. Hopefully, it's something that gets covered up decently with primer when I spray it. And really, it was just a little bit of preventative work since the last time I painted a large expanse that had been rust prepared, there was still some rust that came through no matter what any of the bottles or instructions read, or all of the work that I did to try and get that as clean as possible. Still ended up getting crap coming through it. So I don't know, my confidence level is still fairly low, but it's slightly higher than absolute rock bottom like it was before. So maybe I can suck just a little bit less next time, and then by the time I get to the parts of the car that are visible by normal non-OCD human beings such as myself, I might actually look like I know what I'm doing. Not really holding my breath on that, but we'll see how it turns out in the coming weeks.
That Minuteman emergency fan I tested, it was an axial fan like that. It spun at like 8,000 RPM. Is foot in diameter.
Yeah, but you said like the fins like at the end were like you couldn't even see.
You could barely fit paper through them. But we were testing that down at Memorial Coil down in High Ridge because they had like an anechoic sound chamber. So we turned this on, and I had this sitting on a 200 amp power supply because it drew like 110 amps full tilt at 20 or 32 volts DC. So we set it on this, and the whole combo weighed like 500 pounds. And it was on casters, but to push it was quite a bit of effort.
Yeah.
We turned that thing on, and it starts pulling itself across the room. I was like, holy fuck! So we chalked the wheels. And he's got like a microphone like what's on your camera there, hanging a couple of feet in front of it. And it kind of pulled it in slightly.
Oh yeah.
And it was still a couple of feet away, but then all of a sudden the
foam,
the wind
cover?
sock, or yeah, wind cover goes, it just like fucking confetti. was like, oh shit, because that fan's like $50,000 or $60,000. I was like, oh fuck, but nothing happened to it. So
Jesus.
That's awesome.
yeah, I mean, it wasn't a piece bigger than like a grain of sand. It just went.